Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another book review. I just recently finished The Angel of Losses. This is written by Stephanie Feldman. I have never read anything that she had written. And it is a very interesting book. It's extremely captivating and mesmerizing from the moment that you start reading it, and you learn about the White Rebbe and Angel of Losses, and it's based on a lot of Jewish folklore, and I thought, how am I familiar with this? I really shouldn't know anything because my family is so far removed from that. Because like I've said before in many of my reviews, my ancestors, they came from a very Protestant background, so I don't understand how I could know about the Angel of Losses and the White Rebbe, the Wandering Jew. Basically, when the main, well, not the main character, but when Eli Burke dies, he leaves behind a mysterious book. This book has a lot of enigmatic qualities, and it's kind of ethereal, and it tells the story of this miracle worker known as the White Rebbe, and of course the Angel of Losses. And the Angel of Losses is a very interesting character because apparently the Angel of Losses, and I don't know if I'm getting this right or not, I could be remiss in my folklore, my myths, but the Angel of Losses at one point in time, he bore the lost letter of God's name, and he was tricked out of it by the White Rebbe, and that's why the White Rebbe can never die. The White Rebbe is like Ezekiel or Enoch, who walked with God and was God's friend, just taken up into heaven. There's no decomposition or anything. I know about Ezekiel, I know about Enoch, I know all about that because I've read the Apocrypha, Pseudepigrapha. I know about that literature. I'm very familiar with it, especially Enoch, because Enoch's one of my favorites. This is similar, and it talks about the 12 tribes and the lost tribes, and those known as the Black Jews, who I'm thinking that some of those are actually in Ethiopia, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of there's a lot of theology and kind of a esoteric theme, I think, going on in this book. It's very mystical, and it's really beautifully written and wonderfully done, and one I'm going to hold on to because I really like it. I love storytelling, particularly Jewish storytelling. They know how to weave a good yarn. I'll put it that way. It's the story of two sisters, and the Marjorie, she's the researcher. She's the one that finds this book, and her sister is the one that's getting married. Holly was the one that was the favorite of the family. There's this favoritism going on, and of course Marjorie feels a little bit slighted by that. And and Noah, the husband, they're going to have a child. They don't know if it's going to be male or female, and Marjorie guesses it right, and she feels, is that a coincidence, or was there a reason behind that? Was it fate? Was it chance? Luck? She doesn't know, especially getting the color of the room correct. She was just utterly flabbergasted that she was able to do so, and she's wondering about Eli, the name Eli itself, because it was her grandfather's name, and she just feels so close to her grandfather. And the tale about the White Rebbe, it's really fascinating when she goes into it. I'm not going to go into it here, but it's a very interlocking, interweaving, multifaceted story about faith, being consecrated or holy or set aside just for the purpose of doing God's work and healing those around you. And it reminded me a lot of what I've been learning from Greg Braden, The Mind of God. And it's really, really, really heady stuff. I mean, once you get involved in that, you get involved in some pretty heavy theological discussion that oftentimes will just leave you completely enervated because it's just so much information. And this doesn't go into, well, yeah, it is metaphysical. I'm just going to put it out there. This is a metaphysical book, fiction though it might be. And I absolutely adore the story of the White Rabbi. It's just one that will utterly transfix you to the page. And I could not put this book down no matter what I did. It was just one of those books. It's a real page turner. And it is absolutely tremendous. And I don't want to let it go. I'm going to keep a hold of it because I liked it that much. And the tale is it's actually brought from Eli himself. He rescues a lot of it, and some of it was lost. This is actually true. The truth that belongs to the fiction, interestingly enough, is the fact that during World War II, a lot of the information about the Wandering Jew is lost because a lot of it was stolen or burned in fire by the Nazis, and this is true. A lot of things are being returned by the monument men, but luckily a lot of the information about the rabbi himself was not lost to time. But a lot of there are different variations of the White Rabbi story. I'm not sure which one is accurate. I like the one that Stephanie tells, so I would stick to hers. I don't really know what else to say about Angel of Losses. It just really was just a utterly remarkable book, and I really like how Stephanie writes. She's very detailed. She's very visual and vivid in her telling, and it's just something that utterly wraps you in its mystery, and it has this kind of fairy tale quality to it that I really enjoy as well. But there's also the realism of the modern era, the modern day in New York City, with allegory, of course, but she just does that in such a brilliant way. It's just really striking, I think, and she's got so much talent. And I wouldn't mind reading another one of her books, because this one really, it just really, it entertained me. I was extremely taken by it. I could not, like I said, I couldn't put it down. I was just utterly bewitched by it. And if you like Jewish folk tales, I would definitely pick it up, because it's going to be right up your alley. And it was for me, because I like Jewish stories anyway. And I knew about the Angel of Losses. It wasn't something I was unfamiliar with, so it was kind of strange. I thought, this is familiar, but I'm not sure why. I go into it, I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard this story before. I know bits and pieces, and I don't know how, but maybe it's part of my makeup somewhere, and I just don't know. Somewhere buried deep in my subconscious, I was told maybe in a past life. Who knows? There are many possibilities of how this could be in my makeup, but speculation aside and theorizing aside, this is really quite the transcendental book, and I absolutely loved it. You have a chance to pick it up, it's Barnes & Noble, and actually, it's a short book. It's sad to say. And yeah, this is a new book. This is printed in 2014, so it's hot off the press. And it's only 280 pages. And talks about, it just has a little bit of information about Stephanie herself. It says that she was a graduate of Barnard. She lives outside Philadelphia with her husband and daughter. And it doesn't say anything else about her. Mysterious. But I like her. I think that she has so much going for her, and I'm glad that she was able to get this published, because it is definitely a work of art, a real jewel. Until next time, everybody. Arrivederci.